So here's my second video. A little bit about my time at the NHS. Obviously, I'm not going to say patients' names, things like that, or where I was, for confidentiality reasons. Sorry, cutting your words out. So when COVID kicked off, I've worked as a security officer for a number of years. I went straight back to what I knew. Uni stopped, and I was working at supermarkets. Did a couple of shifts in Asda, a couple of shifts in Waitrose during the lockdown wars, and everyone's fighting over toilet paper. That was really interesting, and some stories not applicable for a YouTube channel for uni, but that's another discussion. And an opportunity came up to work for the NHS at a direct COVID assessment hub in Devonport and Plymouth. So I chose to go and work there. Nobody forced me into it. I volunteered. I thought, if I'm going to get COVID, sorry. It's the Starship Enterprise track to me, by the way. I thought, if I'm going to get COVID, I'm going to get it doing something beneficial and good. It's a disease, it's airborne, it's everywhere. You don't know who's got it. I might have it now. Hopefully not. I've been tested weekly for work, so all good as of yet. In my head, it was kind of like, this is our generation's first or second world war. I'd like to think that if I was born 100 years ago, I'd be doing my bit and volunteering, being in the trenches, be the first one over the top. I know that's very easy to sit here in my mum and dad's bedroom to say, but I'd like to think that's the type of person I am. Someone who likes to go towards issues, towards chaos, towards danger, and try and help people out. Not to quote Baywatch, but some people want to stand in the darkness, afraid to step into the light. That's not me. I'm always someone who goes head first into things, whether that's right or wrong. I won't know till a couple of years' time, probably. I suppose you'll never know. I still work in pubs. Well, I did as of yesterday. I work for the NHS 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, and Friday, Saturday nights at the pub. And you know what? I feel safer in a COVID hot hub. I've got adequate PPE, not that I don't know the pub. I'm head to toe PPE, full face respirator, so much soap, so much sanitizer, so much clinical training that I didn't even know I've been washing my hands wrong for 28 years. There is an NHS way to wash your hands, 6-step way that I've now done 1,000,001 times. As soon as we enter the building, we are temperature checked. We are then QR coded into the building. Every person that comes has to have an ID card. The place I'm at is a COVID assessment hub. So initially we were basically a doctor's surgery for COVID patients. So we weren't treating their COVID, we're treating any other medical needs they had. I myself wasn't obviously treating, I'm a security officer. They would come to us, and for instance, one chap, diabetic, so he'd have to come and get routine diabetes injections. Another lady pregnant would have to come and get pregnancy checks. However, all these patients were COVID positive. So our role was, 1, to keep the public out, and 2, to keep the doctors and nurses safe. Some people up country got very anti-COVID and were very abusive to doctors, nurses, things like that. We weren't actually in a hospital. We were at a hospital, but we were outside in a big army pop-up tent. A lot of the research was looking at Spanish flu, and actually the survival rate of patients and doctors and nurses working in hospitals compared to war tents was a lot higher in the tents because of the ventilation. Hospitals, as you know, are quite stuffy buildings. So we're working outside, which during the summer was absolutely horrendous. Big white tent, heat wave. I'll try and get some pictures of all the stuff we had to wear and things like that. But yeah, now it's freezing. It's wet, and we're having to adapt to winter. The seasons are changing, and in true Game of Thrones style, winter is coming. It's here. I think my clinical reasoning, and I don't think I'm afraid now to ask the questions that maybe would have been quite awkward conversation starters now. I've been been there when doctors have given heartbreaking news to people, and you have to stand there like a robot 2 meters apart in a tent in Devonport in the rain when all you want to do is hug that person, and you can't because they've got COVID. And I could bring it home. They then have to tell their friends, family, things like that. It's horrible. It's not a nice thing. But the doctors, nurses there, everybody's fantastic, and the clinical skills I think I've picked up are going to be next to none, and are just going to make me a fantastic practitioner. They put me through infection control courses. They trained me up on how to use oxygen, how to use defibrillators. We've had to actually use them a few times. Not defibrillators, sorry, the oxygen. We've had several patients, blue light to Derriford, that we've been treating. As security officers, we escort the doctors from the hospital to the tent so they can treat the patients outside. We are the next people in PPE ready to go. So if people crash or need immediate medical care, we are effectively the people dressed up, ready to go to help the doctors. If they're saying grab the oxygen, grab the defib, it's us that are grabbing it, and it's us that are going in the tent. Personally, not got hands-on with many patients, but there has been times where I've been the one opening the oxygen cylinder, passing them the mask, grabbing doctors' tongue depressors, torches, oxygen sats monitors. The knowledge I've got about blood pressure, oxygen sats now, I think I don't have a clue about any of this before, where now I'm regularly recording. I'm sitting there with a clipboard and I'm recording oxygen sats, I'm recording blood pressures, the correlation between the two and what that means for COVID now. I said earlier in a video that I really wanted to work with sports teams, which I still do. I love sport. I love that lads environment and that group of people working towards a goal. And God, there's no better team than the NHS, and I'm a very, very, very small part of it. But the stuff these guys are achieving, and the sacrifices that the staff are making, the cleaners, the doctors, the nurses, the whole circle, it's been a very, very, very eye-opening experience, and one I'm happy to, I'm in fact proud to say I've done. It's one of those, I think, it's made me appreciate that the bigger things. I've got lots and gripes with my course, things that haven't gone well. But you know what? I'm alive, I'm here, and the fact that I'm even doing a Masters is fantastic. And in the grand scheme of things, didn't get to walk out on Varsity 2020. Oh well, I'm going to have so many more opportunities once this is over. It's something that I'm now probably going to go back to as university's now slowing down and the world's gone back to not normal. So I will be going back to the COVID site to help out again. I almost feel like I have to. I don't have to. I'm not duty bound at all. But I feel like I need to do some good out there, and that's where I'm going to do it. So it's one of the Nightingale sites in Devonport, and everybody working is doing a fantastic role. I said I was going to have a plan for this video, but I didn't, just been rambling again. So this is the end of video 1 for my little ramblings of NHS. I'll come back with some more stories another time. This is the last one for Sunday because I'm tired and I've got an early start. Thank you for watching.